This presentation is to help you make and share calculations with Microsoft Excel. So I guess the first question is, why Excel? It's very easy to have a go at Microsoft and Bill Gates and their power, but let's face it, Excel's always there. Everyone can use it and everyone can read it. And it's very good at what it does. I certainly wouldn't like to be without it. There's often a misunderstanding that Excel is a bit lightweight compared to some of the other math software out there. But I'd just like to reassure everybody that Excel is very capable of doing any matrix operation you might be involved in. It can solve for systems of nonlinear equations, and if Excel can't do it, then there's always an add-in somewhere that can do it, and most of these add-ins are available for free. There's one problem with Excel though. I'm an engineer and I need to show a set of calculations if I'm working on something. Excel has an image of being really a tool for accountants, and as an engineer we don't like the way it hides the formulas and just shows the numbers. We want to see how something's being calculated. Now, we have a tool called the MS Microsoft Equation Editor, but that's just a dumb editor. That's just for setting out a calculation. It really isn't very good. What we want is a tool like XLC. XLC works in the following way. You can click here on some of the formulas that you get, and you can display there. When you install the add-in, we can name equations, and that gives us Greek characters and subscripts. And by selecting the cells over to the right, we can also press another button, and that displays equations. And when that displays equations, it reads the formulas in this cell here and displays it as a mathematical notation. So it's very quick and easy to use. You can see there that was just 2 button clicks. Excel is pretty much the kind of keystone behind most pieces of software. Every other piece of software seems to be able to read and write in an Excel format. Excel is used for driving CAD geometries. It's used to post-process finite elementary results. It sets out our results tables. We include them in Word reports, and even my phone reads an Excel file. That's how ubiquitous Excel has become. Now, the nice thing about doing calculations in Excel rather than using what I term the black box solver, the black box solver being somewhere where you throw some numbers in and some numbers come out. Well, it's very important to keep your maths muscles in tone, and clearly you can see someone's keeping themselves very well in tone here. It's very good practice to use your engineering theory books, and you can go through your theory books and you can program or encode a spreadsheet. And by going through that process, you understand the mechanics of a problem. And when you understand the mechanics of a problem, you're in the best position to devise innovative solutions. Going through the process will reinforce what you already know, and it will give you the confidence to break new technical ground. And of course, once you've encoded it in Excel, there's an enormous return you can have on your time invested. You can use the charting tools, you can use the goal-seeking tools, there's the solver functions. They're all there to drive our calculations, and it's easy to modify and reuse. So there are all very good reasons for using Excel rather than the black box solvers. At the ExcelCalcs website, which distributes not only the XLC software, but we also distribute a repository of solved problems. So on the website, that's www.excelcalcs.com, you'll find a whole load of solved problems, and it's a great way of learning. You know, when you can follow a problem, it is the best way to understand the problem. And of course we can play around with the input to a calculation and we can see what happens to the output of the calculation. You can pick up a feel for a problem in that way. And through the ExcelCalcs website you can share and collaborate. You can pick off validated solutions, a solution that somebody's already used, and you can adapt it to your own means. And of course we welcome anybody putting up calculations of their own to share. The ExcelCalcs mission statement is to build up the world's largest repository of solved problems, and we will make it available to the world for free. It currently covers quite a vast area already. There's many subjects up there, and some of the calculations are simply superb. So how do you get involved? Well, you visit ExcelCalcs.com. You can download a free copy of XLC. You can follow the online tutorials. You'll get to know the program in 10 minutes. You can then download solved problems from the repository. And what we really want you to be is not simply a plunderer who just takes solutions, but we'd also like to encourage you to be a contributor. And you can contribute to the site in many ways. What we ask people to do is, if they take a solution from ExcelCalcs, we'll like them to come back and to rate and comment on downloads. And that's very useful to other users. It guides them towards good content. We'd like you to use the community forum. We'd like you to discuss your issues, any difficulties you might have had. Someone somewhere will be able to help you with your problems, or in fact you might be able to answer their problems. We'd like to get bigger and bigger. We think the bigger we are, the more we'll have to share. So we want to create a virtuous circle here. So please invite your friends and colleagues to join. And some of you, it won't be very many, it'll only be about 1 in 400 of you, will actually upload calculations of your own. So we want you to contribute. So please come along to excelcalcs.com and we'll be very pleased to see you there.